Hey dude, show me that picture.
Yeah, I know it hurts. Swear to God.
What is it?
My first place 4A trivia.
For what?
Send it in this picture.
See if I can get a good picture of that.
My girl.
Alright.
Here's the picture, and here's the tree. That's it.
Hey, this is some random clips of us having fun down at Mima's on the first nice day of spring. What are you doing, Emily?
I've got 13
I'm making some salad.
What else have you made?
This is my seasonings with, I made these seasonings with some salt and pepper.
Let's see down the bottom of that bowl. Oh, I see.
This is the pepper thingy. This thing, you just do this and salt comes out. These are big ball meatballs.
I see.
And a little fishy. And we got these things that, well, these actually, I spilled these. And this chalk I made with that. And look over there, I made it with a star. This is a playground. And this, you can't step on the line. See all these X's?
Mm-hmm.
That means don't step on the line or you'll fall in lava.
Lava.
And this, come over here. And this is a penguin. A penguin right there. And it's so pretty, you can't even hardly look at it. See these tattoos? And walk over here. And this is some more, this was my makeup I put on. And this horsey that lays diamonds, and it gets me all those ingredients.
Oh, awesome. What are you playing?
This, we're playing, when we're done eating supper, me and Katie are going to come over here and play house.
Oh, you and Candy are? Hey, did you say y'all were already finished eating supper?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So you went in and ate a hamburger yet?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mima was calling us to supper, so we better get going, okay?
Yes, sir.
Come on in. Lane just caught his first fish of spring. We're sitting here waiting for him to catch another one. How many times did you have to cast the first time before you got it?
3 or 4, definitely.
What'd you catch it on?
I think it's a crawdad. I don't know. There you go. Yeah, I think it's a crawdad.
Here's a clip of my grandmother talking about some flowers that came from a house that she and my grandfather used to live in, and then a little more about the creek that was in front of the house. The buttercups at.
I bought those blooming now. I bought those bulbs, and they are actually the best kind. Those others, the little yellow, they come from the old house up here. Those others, they're like that, and the ones that haven't bloomed are like them except they're white.
You mean the old house up there across from where our house is?
Uh-huh.
That were you a little girl in that house?
No.
Is that, no,
We just lived there a couple of years after we sold that house on the hill.
over at Fire Tire Hill?
Yeah,
Oh,
where I was raised. We bought this from Mr. Kyle, and we stayed there 2 years.
I see.
And we built this house.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that y'all just lived in it that short amount of time.
We just lived in it 2 years.
And y'all built that house too?
No.
Oh, you didn't? It was already there?
Oh, it was an old house, and termites were in it, you know. It was on the water. It was right close, too much water around it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And the back was on the ground. It was
Right, just touching the ground. How far away from the house, back of the house, was the spring house?
Honey, it was just by my back door.
I thought it looked awful close.
By the kitchen, I could come out on this concrete porch
Mm-hmm.
and just step out of nothing. There's that well, that spring house right there. And the main spring's on up above. And it stayed, it was a big metal heavy, it was that deep, about that deep. And anyway, it stayed full of water all the time. The cows drank there, you know. But now, our water came from this other spring right there at the house. See where the well house was, the spring house. On above it up there is it's kind of walled in, and the water, that's where the water comes from. But it comes through a pipe on down to the house.
I see. Now I'll go check that out.
Don't, which one you do? Don't go in that brick one, because I just always felt like that too, would fall in. Now, and we had a big trough there that caught water, and that and on the upper end was good water, and I'd clean that moss and stuff out of it. It's just the best coldest water. Is it still running?
Mm-hmm. Right now it is. When I went up there about that log, it was.
Of course, it may be stopped up, but it's never been dry. It's never gone dry.
Mm. Well, you know that swinging bridge that was across the creek? Where did y'all park when y'all walked across that swinging?
Parked on the road.
On the road, just a wide spot on the road.
But when it was dry, we went in the gate down there at the Shambles, you know, and go through and cross the creek. You could do that, but we didn't do that much.
Right. Yeah, I even had trouble getting the tractor across there without hitting it at an angle, because when it's soft, it's hard to get up and down on them banks.
Yes, it is, but now, see, it's washed a lot since we was there. It's washed out a lot. It's gotten deeper.
The distance between the creek and the house is probably shortened a lot, where it's washed that bank away.
Well, it may have shortened some, but we had a pretty good yard. I mean, it never did get up in the yard. Oh, it just flowed, you know. I never did see it up in the yard. But I want you to know, it'd get up under that swinging bridge scared me to death. Them kids come across it. Them boys come across, and of course it gives, you know. But it had things on each side. But still, they could have tumbled off. I didn't even like to walk it. It made my head swim. If you look straight ahead, you're okay. But if you look down, it made your head swim.
Now, who lived in that house before y'all did?
Mr. Kyle. We bought it from him, and he moved on up to where Harold Green used to live. That house, first house on the right when you turn up to the hall. That's where he moved. And then he later moved to Brush Creek.
Bad news for book lovers. A popular West Nashville hotspot is closing.